2 weeks in a row for That Show Was a Movie podcast?
Yeah,
Are we officially
I've had
back?
it.
Are we
I
officially
hope so.
back?
I hope
I think
so.
we're officially back. Welcome back to another episode of That Show Was a Movie. Last week we talked about Don't Worry, Darling. This week will be actually a little different than any episode we've ever done.
Talking about a little bit of everything this week.
Well, we always kind of do that, but more so just because we're not talking about anything specific.
Yeah.
I don't know what this episode will be titled, but you guys know. So you'll probably already figure that out. But we kind of have a bunch of random stuff planned for today.
Yeah.
Not really sure what's going to happen, but we'll just go through it.
Just roll with it.
Just roll with it. So, any movie news?
So Discussing Film posted that Avatar has passed 2.9 billion at the worldwide box office. Which is kind of crazy.
2. What?
2.9.
So, what are the rankings? The all-time rankings at this point?
It's still number one, and I think James Cameron is going to do anything he can to keep it at number one.
Yeah, it's
which I'm wondering, like, do you think
when did it pass Endgame? Because at one point Endgame passed Avatar.
they re-released it? I think they re-released it maybe in China. I feel like I heard that somewhere, and it surpassed Endgame again. But I'm wondering how long they're going to wind up leaving it in theaters as the re-release leading up to the new one. Like,
not very long, because in LA you can't even see it anymore. Really, it's a 2-week thing.
Interesting.
On the poster at the Universal City Walk Theater, it said like a 2-week re-release, I guess, which they weren't even playing it for 2 weeks.
Weird.
Which is weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna go see it in like an hour, and I'm hoping the 3D doesn't make me nauseous, but we shall see.
It's a lot.
2021 re-release in China, and it looks like it grossed 57 million there.
What's bigger, the Avatar box office numbers or James Cameron's ego?
Ooh, that's the question.
Yes, because he always has something to say. He's always talking. I don't care what you say, James Cameron. Your movies are too long.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit through 3 hours. And no, it's not the same as binging. Binging, you can get up, you can start it whenever, and it's different because a series is so much different than a movie. Just the way it flows together. Yeah, just stop it. Listen, I'm a fan of your movies. I love Titanic. That's 3 hours. That's impressive how you made me sit through that and not even notice how long it was. Yeah. Avatar was really good. Now, I do feel the runtime in that. It's better in a theater for sure, but the last 45 minutes is like, oh, there's still I know, like, it feels like this is ending, but I already know there's 45 minutes left. Yeah. But the pace, he knows how to pace a 3-hour movie. He is probably the best director at that.
I'm curious as to how long the new one is going to be, and then how
3
long
hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, I don't think it has an official runtime, but that's the comment he made about binging. He said it's going to be 3 hours, and I don't want people to complain because you sit there and watch 8 hours of binging television. It's like, no, I mean,
different.
Not no, but it is different. Yeah. So
yeah,
whatever. Just keep making good movies, I guess. You're a good director. Don't make me hate you. Anyway, some other news. Avatar: The Last Airbender series got some new cast. It got George Takei. It's got Danny Pudi, who plays Abed in Community, and some other people. And speaking of Community, 6 seasons in a movie. We're getting the movie. We're getting it. It's happening. Is everyone involved? It's kind of unclear because Joel McHale tagged Donald Glover and Yvette Nicole Brown.
Hmm.
No one else is confirmed. Everyone's saying they don't know. But Yvette Nicole Brown tweeted about it, so I assume that means she's in. Donald
Yeah.
Glover is a busy guy. He's a busy guy. So I don't know. We don't know. I really, really hope he's in it.
Yeah. I feel like the one person that I'm guessing is not going to be in it is Chevy Chase.
Spoiler alert for Community. Oh yeah, he's dead.
No, he's not.
He's dead.
Oh, he is in the series. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're talking about the actor. I'm like, no, he's
No.
not.
No.
I forgot he did die.
Pierce is dead. But Community, one of the best shows.
Yes.
So good. The first 3 seasons are absolute gold.
Yeah.
The 4th season, everyone hates. I like the 4th season more than the 5th. I think it's better.
5th and
Alpha.
6th season, I wasn't that big of a fan of.
Yeah, I didn't think they were that good. That was like the rebooted seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And
Especially after Troy left.
That's when Dan Harmon came back, I believe, in season 5 after he left in season 4.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Didn't love them, but it's still good. Not bad. Yeah. It wasn't like Arrested Development's reboot, whereas well, I will say that I enjoyed parts of that too, but
I don't know that I even watched. Did I watch the reboot? I don't know. It was so long ago at this point that I don't even remember.
Community is such a cool show because it plays off of so many different like tropes, because Abed is a film student, so like that's kind of like where they get all their show ideas. Like he's kind of recreating, like they'll have like an animated episode, a claymation episode, they'll play off of like they'll make so many movie references and in the episodes. So good.
I will say, I think was this in the I think it was in one of the last 2 seasons where there was the Nick Cage class.
Yes.
That was
Nick Cage.
I like that episode.
Or bad?
It's a good episode.
Abed's Nick Cage impression is so good. I am excited for this movie.
I also
if you haven't seen Community, go watch it. It's really good. What is it? Remedial Chaos Theory in season 3 is one of my favorite episodes of TV of all time. Yeah. And if you don't want to watch the entire series, just go watch that episode. You don't need to understand anything else. It's so good.
Yeah.
Let's just jump right off of that into another huge announcement. Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine in Deadpool 3.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah. When's that supposed to come out?
2024 September, I believe. So that'll be interesting. Deadpool in the MCU especially will be interesting. Hugh Jackman back. He said, "Yeah." See, Ryan Reynolds like, "Hey, Hugh, want to play Wolverine again?" "Yeah, sure, Ryan." He's back. He's back. Logan is back from the dead. I don't know how he's back. Probably a multiverse thing, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I still need to watch Logan.
Shall see. Logan is a top 15 movie of all time. Yep. So good.
So Riverdale is coming back for its final season in the spring. Is that what's happening? When does that show come back?
I don't know.
Some point. Anyways, their first episode is titled "Don't Worry, Darling," with the comma.
We talked about that last episode.
You had sent me a TikTok from that guy that's like, I don't know what his name is. His name's Mike, I think, on TikTok. And he
the
was
Riverdale guy.
And like, I think I had watched like the first few episodes of season 6 and then just stopped watching it. But things were starting to get so insane. And then I watched that recap and he's like, after Cheryl needed her powers to like stop this comet from hitting Riverdale and it sends them back to 1950. I'm like, the show really just started out as like a murder mystery type thing and then just went fully off the rails.
Well, that's how the comics are.
Are they?
Yeah, Archie comics are completely off the rails.
Oh, I've never read any of them. So
like it's accurate.
Oh.
Like it should be that way.
Interesting.
It's not the show. I mean, it is ridiculous, but like that's why that guy on TikTok likes the show so much, because like it's accurate to the comics. Yeah, that's the whole fun of it. Like it's bad, like it should be better, but it's like the ridiculousness of it isn't just the writers being crazy.
Yeah. It would be so interesting to be in that writer's room though.
Yeah.
Anyways, we also got an announcement for Now You See Me 3.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
1 or 2, but
I've seen the first one.
on my watch list.
One of our friends is so happy about this announcement.
Yes.
I know you're not watching because I know you don't watch our podcast, but if you happen to be, congratulations. I'm happy for you. Anyway, this is the second time we've referenced this person and told them that they don't listen to our podcast. And yeah, we tend to do that a lot. We sneak in little moments where we like shout out people, not shout out, but like bring them up because we know they're not listening. Anyway, yeah, Now You See Me 3. If it's not called Now You Don't, that's a missed opportunity, which there could be a good chance because people don't name their sequels 2, 3 anymore like they used to. I feel like now they get more creative. Like it's not called Avatar 2. It's called Avatar: The Way of Water. It's not called Knives Out 2. It's called Glass Onion. So I don't know. We'll see. But Now You Don't would be a great title.
It would be a great title.
The only thing with that, like I feel like it can't be called just Now You Don't because people won't know that's a part of, like, that would hurt for like from a marketing standpoint.
Because people wouldn't know it's a part of the franchise.
Yeah, like Now You See Me 3 is obviously a third movie in a trilogy. Now You Don't, like, you don't know what that is. Some people may have no idea and won't go see it. Or maybe they would go see it because it's not the third movie and they don't have to watch 2 before. But I don't know. Maybe it'd be called Now You See Me: Now You Don't. I don't know. That's a while away. I have no idea. What but what else do we get? We got
Armor Wars.
Armor Wars, yes.
I know nothing about that, so I don't know if you have anything to say about that one.
War Machine, Don Cheadle, obviously. It's going to be a movie now instead of a series. Originally, it was announced as a series. I am so happy that it's not a series because I'm tired of these Disney Plus series, actually. I want more movies. I hate that everything's a series now. I want a movie so I can see it in a theater. I don't want a 6-hour story. I want a 2-hour story, especially with these spin-offs that I don't care much about. I don't need 6 hours of content for them. Now, some obviously are amazing.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But I want more movies. I wanted Kenobi to be a movie.
Yeah, I think that would have worked better as a movie.
I really hope they stop the 6-episode thing, which they kind of have been getting away from that with She-Hulk and Andor.
Yeah.
So I hope they continue that because 6 episodes is not enough for the typical MCU formulaic show because the villains always rushed. Like you'll have 4 episodes of just nothing and then 2 episodes where it tries to rush everything in.
Right.
But we'll see. I am happy that it's a movie. I am always in favor of movies rather than series.
Yeah. I'm also kind of getting tired of the constant Marvel series in particular, just because there's like so many of them that they've announced all at once. And
I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I'm enjoying She-Hulk though. I'm enjoying that one a lot more than I expected to.
I'm not tired of them because it's like 30 minutes to an hour a week. If it were like they're dropping them all at once and like multiple shows a month, then yeah, that'd be too much. But like since it's only an hour at the most commitment, She-Hulk's only 30 minutes, Andor's only, well, sometimes it's an hour, but then yeah, it's fine. That's why I like the weekly release schedule that most people are doing nowadays. Netflix, get on that. You're gonna go out of business.
I feel like Netflix is starting to do that though, because
they're trying to do something where they drop half a season, which is stupid.
That's true.
That extends the talk about the show for only 2 days, basically.
Right.
Because the problem with Netflix is they drop something. Stranger Things is the biggest show in the world for 2 days, and nobody talks about it for the next 3 years because it takes that long to put out a next season.
Right.
And all splitting it into two parts does is they extend that by 2 days because people will be done with that second half, maybe even in one day. Because if you do have a season, the 2 days it usually takes, well, that'll be one day for the first part, one day for the second. So
Mhm.
honestly, it's not any better. I mean, it's a little better for that reason, but I don't like that. I'd rather it be all in one than two parts, but I'd rather it be weekly for everything. Everything big, like smaller shows, you can drop all at once. But Netflix, you're gonna go out of business.
We know you're listening to our podcast. Listen to
Yeah.
our advice. So we got,
Streaming's a mess right now.
yeah.
Streaming is a mess. Warner Bros. I don't know what they're doing over there.
Oh, didn't they just
HBO
get sued for
Max.
something?
Get what?
Didn't Warner Brothers just get sued for something? Or Warner Media or
Mm,
something? Did I make that up? I thought somebody got sued for something. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Warner Brother Discovery investors are suing the company, claiming it inflated HBO Max subscriber
Oh
numbers
yeah.
to make the
That's right.
studio look more profitable.
That's right. Okay.
I was gonna say, I know it has
Yes.
something to do with HBO and
Yes, I forgot about that actually. Glad you brought that up.
mm,
Um, Warner Bros. Is a mess. HBO Max is a mess. HBO
yes.
Max is the best streaming service, and pretty much everyone agrees.
Hmm.
And they're merging with Discovery Plus, and it's not Discovery Plus merging with HBO Max. It's basically HBO Max. You know how they have the DC, the Studio Ghibli tabs on their app?
Hmm.
Basically, HBO Max is going to be one of those on Discovery Plus.
That's
And they're
uh,
going to cut a lot of their scripted stuff and for Discovery's reality stuff, which
ugh,
nobody wants more Property Brothers.
that
We want Scoob 2. We
yes,
want Batgirl.
yes.
Um, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't either.
It's Warner Bros. Like, it's not like they're broke.
Right.
Like, obviously, having a lot of money doesn't mean a company can't be struggling
Hmm.
because that'll create new problems that they have to face. But it's Warner Bros. Come on. Come
Yeah.
on. You have the best streaming service.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the whole merger anyway, the Warner Bros. Discovery, but there is a better way to go about this. The CEO is not handling that right.
Yeah.
I mean, Disney is handling their streaming pretty well.
Hmm.
Now they're going to raise the price for Disney Plus and Hulu, but
Yeah. And aren't they adding ads to Disney Plus too? Is
they
that a thing
are. They are.
that's happening?
Um, Streaming's interesting because now, uh, it's funny. We talked about this earlier this week in this giant conversation. Now I'm talking about this on a podcast, but not you and me. But um, streaming is in a weird place right now because there are so many streaming services at this point. Everybody has their own.
Mhm.
And I mentioned Netflix is going to go out of business. Well, they're not in danger right now, but the long term, I don't know if Netflix can necessarily survive because
Hmm.
Netflix has always been on top and they technically still are. Prime Video is the closest, but Prime Video is weird because you get it for free if you get their package delivery thing for
Right.
Prime. So like it's not really like they're subscribing to that. Amazon doesn't even market their shows because they don't need to because they're Amazon. So like that's why you never hear about Amazon shows. Like they don't do marketing. They have to you have to if your show is going to be on Prime, you have to market your own movie and show. Basically, is
Hmm.
how that works. Because Amazon doesn't care. Jeff Bezos doesn't care. Why would they? It's streaming. They don't need movies and shows to help their company. It's
Right.
they need to deliver stuff that people order for their house. Netflix is on top still, but as more and more people start getting these streaming services for their own shows and movies, well, they'll rip those titles away from Netflix because they own the rights to them. So Netflix is losing a lot of their library.
Mm-hmm.
So it may eventually turn into Netflix just basically only has their original stuff.
Well, I mean,
And
some original stuff is getting pulled from there too.
like what?
Well, I mean, all the Marvel stuff went over to Disney Plus, but like there was something, it was a really, it was like an obscure series that I've never heard of, but it got pulled a few
Yeah.
weeks ago or something. And I'm just like, why are they pulling their
Well,
original content?
well, that's another reason that I'll get to. But yeah, for the streaming service, like all those, they'll be taken away from Netflix because they don't own those. But yeah, like what you just said, I assume it's the same thing HBO Max is doing, where they're just getting rid of titles that just for tax write-offs. That's all it is, because people don't, I guess enough people don't watch them, and they'll make more money by not having to have them on their service.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's interesting. But there's so many streaming services now, and none of them, you have to like go out of each app to get to the other one, and there's so many. And eventually, what if somebody comes in and says you can get Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, HBO Max, all these for one price, and it's in one location?
Mm.
And then, so we offer all these channels on this one thing that bundles them together for one price. Have we? Then we've come full circle.
Yeah.
Now this is just cable again.
Right. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
So I don't know. I could totally see that happening.
Yeah.
We'll see. Streaming's in a weird place right now.
Yeah.
It's adding up more than it was a couple years ago, but it's I don't know. I don't know how it compares to cable. I know some people are still saving a ton, but I think some are like, I don't know, it's kind of catching up to the same price. But
Yeah.
you obviously get a lot more of a selection than you ever did with cable, so it's a little different. So you're getting more out of your money. But
yeah,
it's interesting.
Interesting stuff.
Streaming is in a weird place. Did we just have a topic for this episode?
Streaming?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's our topic.
Maybe.
Yeah. What else is going on? What else is there to talk about?
I don't know. Do we want to talk about like stuff we've watched recently in like the last week? Or
Let's do a little let's do some mini reviews.
Okay. So
let's start with Bros.
Bros came out.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I've always been a huge fan of Billy Eichner. I used to watch Billy on the Street all the time. And I haven't seen him in a while. Billy's back though.
He's
and
back.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious the entire time. Definitely a fun rom-com. I love a good rom-com. We need more rom-coms in 2022. And not a lot of rom-coms, I feel like.
No. I liked I also really liked it. I thought it was funny, all the references to Hallmark.
Oh, I was gonna bring that up.
Movies.
All the puns. I can't remember the good ones. I remember Home Alone, but with Sarah Paulson.
Yes.
I don't remember. There's two other ones that were even better, but I can't remember what they were.
Yeah, the like Hallmark Christmas Village or whatever. Yes. Where it had all the posters for those. Oh god, that was so funny.
So good. Billy is so funny. I will say this movie was actually shot pretty well for like a rom-com.
Yeah.
Like it looked really good, like the lighting especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. But yeah, just a fun rom-com.
Yeah. Super easy to just like I was struggling paying attention to a lot of things recently, but I was able to pay attention to that like the entire time. It's just super easy watch.
Yeah. Cool that the movie exists.
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
its own. I guess I saw Billy Eichner said, "Straight people go watch Bros."
Oh.
Um, yeah, there's not much to say about it, just because anything else, I don't really remember the details of everything I would mention. But
Yeah.
yeah, overall, it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Billy on the screen.
Billy on the screen.
We need more of it.
Yeah.
I was very happy with how it turned
Mhm.
out. It
Yeah.
was great. Billy, write more movies.
Yes. Yes. It was really good.
Here's something. Blonde,
Mm-hmm.
the Marilyn Monroe movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot of talk about how great this movie was going to be the last like year,
Mm-hmm.
and then it came out, and it
And
got
then
like
it wasn't great.
it got like a 14-minute standing ovation at a film festival, and it's like Ana de Armas is going to be amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and then the movie came out, and everybody's like, "This is awful. This is the worst thing I've ever seen."
Yeah.
And then the controversy about it, and yeah,
Yeah.
it sure was a movie.
It sure was a movie that I did not finish.
I finished it in multiple sittings. I would not been able to do it in one sitting.
No.
Um,
I watched half of it in one sitting and I was like, I cannot do this. And I tried to watch it again last night and I watched 2 minutes and I was like, I cannot do this. So we'll see if I ever wind up finishing it. I don't know.
I don't know why this movie's 3 hours.
I don't know.
Nothing happens.
No.
It's so, I don't know. Like, one, I'll start off with the good. It
Okay.
looked good. The
Mhm.
shots, it was shot well. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all. Well, Ana de Armas is good, but that's it.
Yeah.
This movie is stupid. Why does it exist? Why? There's
Well,
no reason for this movie to exist.
here's something
Like,
that I was thinking about is so was this was last year, yes. We had all this random stuff coming out themed around Lucille Ball. And everyone's like, why are we getting all this Lucille Ball content all of a sudden? And then this year we had the Elvis movie, and then Sofia Coppola was like, I'm doing another Elvis movie. Well, granted, it was about his wife, but still, same realm. And everyone's like, why are we getting all this Elvis content now? And now we're getting all this Marilyn content. And it's like, I don't know. It's like
yeah,
there seems to be a celebrity or a public figure that keeps getting all of this content, and people are like, where's all this coming from? Like,
yeah, we only need one biopic at a time.
yeah.
I guess the Maryland stuff wasn't really a biopic; it was a documentary and then a biopic. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
Didn't love it.
the movie, it's it's a biopic, if you want to call it that.
I get
Um,
it.
it's why is it a biopic? Like, there's no reason for this to be about Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it didn't talk about anything anybody wanted to hear. Basically, it was just showing how men sexually assaulted Marilyn Monroe the entire 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, why even make it about Marilyn Monroe if that's all you're gonna talk about? If you want to
Mhm.
tell a story like that, which I don't know why you do, but if you do, whatever. I'm not gonna watch it. But go the Alex Garland route. Make men. If you wanna tell everyone, yeah, I don't know.
Six.
But it just seemed disrespectful
Yeah.
and insulting to make this about someone who's, yeah, I don't know,
Yeah. And
just no.
that was a lot of the letterbox reviews that I was reading for it too, is like just all those comments that you just made. Like I just read a lot of reviews that were like that. And I saw
Yeah.
very few reviews that were over 2.5 stars.
Hmm.
And most of those were like, this
Well,
is a cinematic masterpiece and people just can't see it.
if you look at the letterboxed curve, it's like
It's
flat.
like flat.
I
Yeah.
have never seen I've maybe seen that before, but I don't remember what it was for. But that it's rare.
Yeah.
It's like completely flat, all the way from half to 5.
Let's see.
It's pretty
Like
crazy.
I keep checking to see like it continually keeps going down with the average. Um,
Um,
right now it's at 2.2 stars, and it's no longer like flat, more so as it's like
yeah. Well, everything was so random. Like I
it
said,
was.
the story was literally just focusing on one thing of her life that for 3 hours, but
Mhm.
everything was just so random. Like the story, like
Yeah.
was so like it didn't
It
feel
felt
like
like
a
it didn't
story.
flow.
Like it's an art movie. It's definitely what it's going for. But
Yeah.
like it was just messy. Just the random
Mhm.
clips of the CGI baby or the animated baby, whatever it was.
You know what that reminded me of? The
The
Tree of
Tree of
Life.
Life. Yep. It's
Yeah.
exactly what I thought. The Tree of Life 2.0. I will say I did not hate this movie as much as the Tree of Life, but
Really hate the Tree of Life.
it's really bad. I'm sorry, but it's really bad. Um, Here's what makes me most upset about this. The director doesn't even like Marilyn Monroe.
Then why did you make a biopic about
He's
Marilyn
made some like horrible
Monroe?
comments about her. It's like, dude, come on. Apparently he's been making this movie for like
Interesting.
10 years. It's based off of a novel though.
Yes, it
I don't know
is.
how close it is to that novel, but I assume it's probably pretty close. So everything, I guess the story, the way the direction it went is not completely this director, but it's like why it is because you made the movie.
Right.
So like you didn't have to do that. You could have, I don't know.
Well, here's another thing that I'm wondering is, well, was this book like considered nonfiction? Because I know the author is like a primarily fiction writer, but I don't know
I
if
have
the
no idea.
novel was technically like nonfiction or if it was considered fiction.
I have no
Biographical
idea.
fiction. Okay. So if this is technically based off of a book that's considered biographical fiction, can it be considered a biopic? Do you think?
Yes.
Okay. That was just something I thought of. I was like, it's
Um, yeah.
not considered a nonfiction book, but
It'll be interesting at the end of the year because I could totally see this getting awards.
mhm,
I really hope it doesn't get a single award.
yeah.
Um, if anything, Ana de Armas Best Actress, but I do not want that either.
Right. That was the only thing because I was thinking about that while I was watching him. Like the only thing I could see it like
Biopics are Oscar bait, so
they are. Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway,
Speaking of controversial movies, the Dahmer series on Netflix is also getting
yeah.
some controversy. What's going on in the world right now? What's going on with Netflix? It's all Netflix stuff. Which show is that? Um,
Yeah. I don't know. It's getting a lot of controversy as far as representation of how the court scenes were handled. If I'm remembering
yeah,
correctly, I haven't really read a lot into everything. I've just seen like Instagram posts or whatever. But I feel like that's where most of the controversy is coming from is like misrepresentation of how those court situations went. Is that kind of
yeah.
what you're
I
seeing?
think it's just the victims and their families are upset how they handled that, and
Yeah. Which is
um,
understandable.
yeah.
I fully
Um,
understand that.
hmm I will not be watching it, but
Mm. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna watch it or not. Like I've watched most of Ryan Murphy's stuff, but I don't know.
um, yeah, I don't know. That's just another fun controversy in the world of TV and movies.
Yep.
Anyway, let's get on to some better stuff. Let's wrap up these
Yeah.
mini reviews.
Yeah.
So Andor
Yeah.
season or episode 4 is out.
It is.
And what'd you think?
I mean, so far I'm casually just enjoying it. Um, honestly, I watched it last night and I don't even remember a lot of what happened in it.
Well, that's the thing. Nothing happens in this show.
And I feel like nothing's happened thus far, and it's just been like,
Yeah, it's just like
you know,
it's just good, but it nothing happens. So it's like I don't
yeah.
know. It's different. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, we still have 8 more episodes in the season. So
It definitely feels like a 12-hour movie, which is what
yeah.
we were kind of told it was going to be.
Yeah.
So
What
it's
do you think
fun.
of it?
Yeah, it's good. I love the music, especially. That's my favorite thing about it, I think.
Yeah.
The music is great. It's just so not Star Wars, which I like.
That's what I like
Obviously,
about a lot of the series.
yeah. So it's great. The production value is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the best thing that Disney Plus has done. The location, I don't know where they shot episode 4, but that location was insane.
Mm-hmm.
And they're shooting on location instead of the volume, which is why it looks so great.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh
you didn't
wait,
know
I think you
that?
told me this. I think we talked about this
Well,
in the
we
last
did
episode.
talk about it in the last episode. So I guess our own co-hosts don't even know our own podcast either.
Uh,
Um,
I don't have the best memory in the world.
it's okay. It's okay. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of the series, and yeah, still got 2/3 of it left. Good stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
She-Hulk
yeah.
still going strong. All the Daredevil fans are probably upset. It's like it's not a Daredevil show. I knew I knew he was not going to be in this next episode. They teased him 2 episodes ago, and it's been 2 episodes since, and I'm like, he's not going to be in it yet.
We only have 2 episodes left of it.
Yep.
I think.
He'll be in the next one. He'll be in the next one. But I love She-Hulk. I think it's great.
I do too. I
I
enjoyed it a
love
lot
it.
more than I expected to.
I love it. Yeah, I remember on our podcast, you're being so like
Oh, I was being
down
very
on it. I'm like, why are you so like down on it? It's not even come out yet. Why are you judging it yet?
Yeah, well, it proved me wrong.
It did. Like, I didn't think it looked amazing, but I'm like, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to say anything. I didn't love this last episode, I feel like, as much as I did some of the others. A lot of people are really loving it, but I mean, it's good. It's good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, not much else to say about it. I'm excited to see Daredevil. I've heard the chemistry between Matt Murdock and Jennifer Walters is great, so that'll be fun.
Interesting.
But we'll see.
That's
That kind of is kind of it that I can think of for our mini reviews.
Yeah.
Anything else that's coming out?
Is
Something I watched last night. Kid Cudi's movie, Intergalactic, was really good. It's kind of like a series, but in a movie, like there's different sections of the movie, basically. And yeah, it's really good. The animation was incredible. It was like Spider-Verse animation. It was also like Chowder, the Cartoon Network series. Like, on Chowder, I know you don't, but I'm talking to the audience. But on Chowder, on the clothing, how it's like the background like stays still, but like when they move, it's a very weird and really cool animation. But Mr. Rager, who is the character that Kid Cudi's character like made, has that same animation style. So that's fun. Shout out to Chowder, great show. But yeah, the story was simple, but it was really good. I liked it. The music was great, obviously, and I really want more from Kid Cudi.
Nice.
I watched like 4 movies yesterday. That's like the most I've ever logged on Letterboxd.
Jeez.
Like technically, I didn't watch all of Blonde, but I watched over 2 hours of it yesterday, which I think that counts as watching a movie because that's typically a movie. So that's crazy. That's the most I've ever done in my entire life. It's weird. I almost watched 5, but something came up at like 10 p.m. and I wasn't able to. But I probably wouldn't have anyway. Yeah, that's kind of all. That's kind of all I have. So any upcoming releases? Any upcoming releases?
I was just gonna say I watched Hocus Pocus 2 last night. And I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a lot better than I was expecting it to be.
I've heard it's not that great.
It's definitely nowhere near as good as the original, but
yeah,
still good.
So we've got Amsterdam coming out soon. It's supposed to be bad.
Yep.
We've got Tar. That's how you say it, I guess.
I think so. I don't
Kate
know.
Blanchett movie about a composer. Looks very artsy.
Yeah.
It looks like one of those A24 movies that could either be really good or just really boring. I
Yeah.
don't know who makes it, but it gave me A24 boring movie vibes.
I think it's Focus Features.
Focus. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Um, so Halloween Ends comes out soon.
You know what else comes out next weekend? Lyle Lyle Crocodile.
Indeed, it does. Yeah, we will be there. No, I am not watching this movie
I'm not watching it. I don't
unless
not know that.
somehow it's just amazing, but it's not going to be.
He can't replace Paddington. He just can't do it. Yeah, that's all I can think of that's coming out as far as new releases, other than,
I mean,
same
yeah,
old
if we go
stuff.
farther into the future, but we'll save that for next week.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know any streaming stuff. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
No, just new episodes of like She-Hulk and Survivor. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, Survivor. We didn't talk about Survivor. I like it
No.
so far. I don't really have much to say at this point, but
Yeah.
so far so good. I mean, Survivor's always good in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even when everyone hates it, I usually like it. So, yeah, that kind of brings us to an end. We actually kind of have a topic today, streaming.
Yeah.
We talked about that for a while.
Yep.
So I guess
Does that
we
kind
will
of wrap us up?
yeah, we will see you next time on That Sure Was a Movie. Oh, follow us on TikTok and Instagram.
Forgot to plug ourselves.
Yeah. If
Do
you're
it.
not following us on Instagram, that's where we post a lot of our updates. TikTok is where we post a lot of our fun videos that we haven't really done in a while. But follow us there and watch our old stuff because it's better than what you see on Instagram. And I know
Yeah.
you people don't follow us on TikTok.
Nope. So go do it.
Yeah, 30,000 other people have watched our Revenge of the Sith video, but you haven't, and you follow us on Instagram. Why haven't you? Anyway,
Anyways.
that will wrap it up. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for listening, and we will see you next time on a very fun month of That Show Was a Movie.
Oh, yes.